All right, next one. Did you ever get unwanted help from men when you were lifting in the gym? As a woman, I found it so annoying when men offer to help me lift my weights back onto the rack when I'm done with my reps. I want to get stronger, but find it rude when a man comes along and assumes I need their help. Wondering if you have any tips for this. It's putting me off lifting in the gym.
Don't help me.
Well, has this happened to
Yeah.
you actually?
So personally, no.
Okay.
I haven't had a man come up to me and be like, "Do you need help with that, honey?" But I have absolutely seen this or heard of this behavior from like other women who've experienced this. So I totally acknowledge that this has absolutely happened. I think that my responses to these kind of things are a little biased in the sense that I think we just live in a more, I don't know, like respectable community. I just feel,
I think we were going to a gym that was pretty nice.
Yeah.
That is maybe less likely to have weirdos.
I don't know if I'm just lucky or what it is, or I just have not come across this, but I've never encountered someone being like this rude to me in real life. Comments on the internet, that's a whole other story. But in real life, I've never had like this kind of encounter.
Is it, let me just, I'm not playing devil's advocate, but I just want to understand as a guy in the gym who has seen people, let's take gender out of it for a sec, actually. I once saw a guy deadlifting and he was doing it like, I'm not an expert, but like I could tell he was doing it so wrong. I was shocked he wasn't just hurting himself badly. And there's a moment in my mind where like, do I say something to this guy or is that just kind of condescending? And I guess I would have thought that whether he was a man or a woman, right? So like, is there ever, like, I understand like she's just saying she's putting her weights back and some guy's like, oh, that looks too heavy for you.
Yeah.
That guy's just a jerk, right? But I guess there seems to be this huge sensitivity to men approaching women at the gym at all. Like we were working out there once and we were trying to pull weights off a bar that had a lot of weight on it. And a guy just sort of like nodded at us and goes like, hey, like, here's a trick. If you just like roll the bar onto a much smaller plate, it makes it much easier to pull plates off. And I guess we'd just never seen that before. That was totally cool. There's nothing condescending about that. Sometimes sometimes people in the gym are just trying to be helpful with other people too, right?
Absolutely. And I remember that trick and I've posted that trick on Instagram since.
Yeah.
But I agree that sometimes there's people who really just want to help in the gym. But I think from a woman's perspective, sometimes you maybe just have this feeling or this anticipation that anytime a guy is going to like come and tell you something, it's probably because he feels a certain way about you. And whether that's he wants to tell you you're not doing something good enough or he wants to be like the man and be like, I can help you. That's like never a good feeling in any situation, whether it's in a gym because you feel like you're the inferior, less strong gender, as is stereotyped, or just elsewhere in life where a man's like, let me help you with that. This is just like embedded in the feeling of like being a woman and turning around and expecting a guy to be like, do you need my help? Yeah. So I totally understand that. And I think the appropriate like response to that would just be like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Like no, I don't.
I know what I'm doing.
I'm good, thanks. Like you don't have to be rude back. You could just be like, nope, I think I got this.
But you don't have to be nice back either.
Yeah, you don't have to be nice. You could just a simple like, nope, just lift it up and put racket in front of him.
Yeah. Leave me alone. Next one from Kat Brent. Do you think women are looked at differently than men when they weight train? I feel like with men it can be so celebrated, but with women there's often an undertone of thought that a woman won't look feminine anymore if she lifts weights.
I've seen this comment, and when I follow some fitness influencers, sometimes I'll see comments under like, you better stop, you're starting to look like a man.
Ugh.
Yeah. And well, this is very popular fitness influencers, just an example of some of the stuff that they hear. Like, I don't hear that stuff because I'm not a popular fitness influencer. But yeah, there is this kind of stereotype that like a woman who lifts weights will look manly because for some reason we've all decided that lifting weights and muscle is inherently a man thing.
I don't know. I'm not saying women should work out to meet the aesthetic desires of the male gaze, but in the men I know, I think I think a lot of men like strong looking women now. Like the sort of CrossFit girl who looks like she
Yeah.
has a nice butt because she works out and not because she just got ass implants. Like that is a popular, that
Yeah.
is a common idea of the attractive woman in our culture now,
But
I
what
think.
about muscles on the upper body? Like, I understand what you're saying about lower body, like booty gains. Yeah, men like that, I'm sure. But
Well, who cares what men like, right? That's not
yeah.
why women are working out. But
But there is this fear that, like, as a woman, if I bench press, if I start lifting weights with my upper body, or if I do too many pull ups, I'm going to look like a man. I, first of all, it is really hard. I'm not an expert, but I can tell you just from like having watched and listened to experts that it is so incredibly hard to get as jacked as what you think as like some like pro weightlifting male. For a woman to achieve that look, it is so hard. And
yeah.
trust me, if you just like pick up a dumbbell and start chest pressing, you ain't gonna look like that.
Yeah. Oh, if I bench press once, I'm gonna not have boobs anymore.
Like
Like, is
no,
that the concern?
that's not like it's not the concern. No, everyone's body type is
It's
different.
true, yeah.
And that's the thing though. Like there are just some women who have less breasts naturally, who have broader shoulders naturally, whether or not they weightlift. Like
Yeah, yeah.
there's just everyone has a different body type, and I hate that muscle like or muscle definition, especially on your upper body, seems to be tied to like looking masculine. I don't understand that because that kind of just discourages women from wanting to be muscular, which by definition is being strong. So why do people ever want to discourage women from being stronger? Is it because the men are intimidated? Could that maybe that's it? I've
We
just
want
solved
the
it.
women to be relying on us to pick up heavy objects.
Exactly. So that is the whole game of men. Don't fall for it.
That's the
And
patriarchy.
strength is important as a woman. Grow those muscles everywhere. Is my
Yeah,
advice.
being strong is important. If aesthetics is part of your motivation for working out too, I don't think that's a problem. Like if you gear your workout because you want to look a certain way, I don't think that's, I mean, I guess by definition it's a little bit superficial or vain, but like whatever, that can be your motivation too. So,
Well, like bodybuilding is a thing where people care about their physique. Like that is their motivation. Whereas powerlifting, for example, the motivation is not physique, it's how strong you are. So it kind of just depends like what you like. Personally, I prefer the powerlifting mindset, which is how strong can I get? I don't really care what I look like. Like or that's not the goal. Like I mean, I'm not saying I don't care at all, but it's not the main focus.
sure.